Hello everyone, I'm RobtheMod. Welcome to part 57 of Gran Turismo 7 on the PlayStation 5. Weekly challenges again. That's what these are now, they're bonus videos. So we've got 6 days remaining on these. I may have to record one of these on another day. I'm unsure because I may need to modify VAC mono. And I need to grind credits, which I haven't done. I should have done that yesterday, but I didn't. Right, what car can we have in this? Oh, look, we can have the Aston Martin Valkyrie. Why the hell not just get this thing out the way? One thing I do want to complain about, I noticed, well, it was on the Gran Turismo subreddit, and it was, at least I get to drive this thing for a change. Yep, okay, this thing's a lot faster, isn't it? It's not really the Sunday Cup Classic, when I get to drive, basically, one of the world's fastest supercars. Bye. There's 3 laps. Out the way. In third. Thing's struggling to put power down though. That's the problem. Anyway, yeah, the thing is, on the Gran Turismo subreddit, someone noticed that in the background of one of the tracks, it's the Barcelona rally track, that there's a bunch of cars that are from Gran Turismo 4, you know, that they're using as, like, background models. Right? And it got into, like, a discussion about the standard cars and premium cars distinction. Ooh, I got a trophy for that. That was interesting. But yeah, it got into a kind of a little bit of discussion about the standard premium cars thing in Gran Turismo 5 and 6. Because if you're unaware, the problem with that game, or the problem with those 2 games, I should say, well, I didn't really think it was a problem. Some people did. It became a bit of a meme. But like, if you're unaware, like Gran Turismo 5 and 6, they had basically Polyphony were complaining that, like, oh, it takes us so long to make these cars. We can't have all 1,000 cars we would normally have in a Gran Turismo game be premium cars with interiors and all that. No, we have to use the PlayStation 2 models from. You know, we have to use the PlayStation 2 models from Gran Turismo 4 because, you know, they're not that bad. Is basically what they said. You know, they're still good quality, they're just not HD. And a lot of people didn't really care, to be honest. Yes, it was annoying going into first person and not having an interior. But, like, in a view like this, it was fine. Now, this has kind of always been my problem ever since I got this game. There's not enough cars. Now, there's 500 cars in the game, and you think that's loads, but a lot of them are just, like, kind of samey, if that makes any sense. You get, like, you know, there's a whole bunch of, like, well, let's say, like, I have the Honda NSX, right, that I use for grounding, okay? So you have the NSX from 92, you have the NSX from 02, and then you have, like, the 2000 race car version, and then you have a 2008 race car version. So you have 4 versions of the Honda NSX, and that's always kind of been the thing with Gran Turismo. You do get a number of cars that you know, are essentially duplicates, right? But there's a lot of cars in this game where basically they have, like, the road version, and then they have the race car version. And then it also happens with, like, Vision Gran Turismo cars, which aren't even real cars. They're just cars that are made up for the game, that, like, the car companies have come up with, right? Take this. It's just, so a lot of people are saying, well, why don't they take the premium cars from Gran Turismo 5 and 6, that some of them don't exist? They've got interiors, they're not as high quality as these. Because Polyphony, again, are complaining about the quality of how long it takes to make a car, right? Because apparently it takes 9 months to add a single car into this game. With the level of detail that they're doing. But here's the kind of other awkward situation. They say they're doing it at that high level of detail because it means that they'll never have to scan a car in ever again for any future Gran Turismo game. But here's the problem that I see. Why are they making another Gran Turismo game? Because they've effectively made this as a games as a service anyway. Right? So instead of making Gran Turismo 8, I would much rather they just put all those developers back onto making Gran Turismo 7. Because obviously it didn't take them 9 months to make all the cars in the game. Like, at launch. Because they have more people working on them. But because they're working on Gran Turismo 8, and they have to drip feed cars, because obviously you need to have some exclusives for that game and all that stuff, right? I'm guessing as well, right? And probably there's probably developers that can like scan all the cars in, but also they have to work on like physics and stuff, so they're working on the physics for Gran Turismo 8 instead of scanning cars in or whatever, right? Just make Gran Turismo 7. Like, just say Gran Turismo 7 is going to be the final Gran Turismo game. Or it's going to be, like, you know, we're going to release the next one at the end. Like, we're going to effectively re-release it at the end of the PlayStation 6. But with all the, like, physics improvements and all the stuff we can do there. Right? Because if you're saying we can't scan anything, the cars in at more detail, just why, like, you I hope you guys get what I'm kind of saying. Like, why make Gran Turismo 8? Improve Gran Turismo 7. You're already committed to doing it. Just make that your full-time thing. And I can't believe I'm saying this, right? But I've always kind of had this, because we know that Sony are, like, trying to bring a lot of the PlayStation exclusives to PC now. Right? And I've kind of always had this thought of, like, ever since, because people were going, well, when's Gran Turismo 7 coming out? Because the thing is, now God of War Ragnarok's out on PC, or it will be when this comes out, but not at the time of recording. But it'll be, you know, it's out now when you guys see this. Right? And that came out, I can't remember if it was like, was it the same year or maybe even a year after? No, I think it was the same year, but I think it came out after Gran Turismo 7, right? Why are they not just putting Gran Turismo 7 on PC, right? Because put it on PC, but instead of selling it, and this is where things get a little bit weird for me. God, my eye is going all... Ugh. Right. Because it's sweaty. I'm sweating because I'm like... I've just been outside. I normally record these when I've just come out for a walk. So in summer, obviously, I'm sweating. But... Yeah. Why don't they just put Gran Turismo 7 on PC? Right? But instead of charging for it, make it free to play. Because I've already done all these microtransaction things with the credits. Keep the console version like a paid-for thing and don't get rid of like the grinding and all that. But like, make the PC version free to play. Or hell, make it free to play and then charge for additional things on the PC version only, admittedly. Like iRacing does. Like, and that's the other thing, right? In regards to like car models, right? Okay, so I play typically, or I used to when I was doing the menu books. I played in this view. Ever since I started grinding for credits, really, I've been using this view. Or like this view when I'm overtaking cars. Because the truth is, this view is not great. The interior view is not great when you are when you're with a bunch of cars and you're trying to look over and do all that, like to see how close you are to a car, right? It's not really a great view, right? And the other thing is, a lot of people that actually race with a wheel, because I drive with the controller, if that's not obvious, right? Because if I had a wheel, you'd be seeing the bloody wheel, I'm telling you that much, right? But all the people that play with a wheel, they say that they play in this view because they don't like the interior view because they can see you know, they don't. What's the point of having the wheel? So effectively, for all the your hardcore Gran Turismo audience that probably want to drive a whole bunch of different cars, right? That have bought the wheel and done all that. This interior view thing is completely pointless. Now, I enjoy having the interior view, but the amount of detail that they put into the interior view, because that was the whole thing with like Gran Turismo 5 and 6, as I said earlier. They didn't bother with the interiors for the standard cars, because they said it would be too much effort to scan all of them in such high detail for people. But if people aren't actually driving them in interior view with a wheel, does this need to be in as high detail? Now, in the menus and stuff, when they zoom in and stuff, yes, it needs to be in high detail. Right? But what I would argue is do like a less detailed version. And yes, you're splitting the cars up and all that up again, right? But like, what I would say is if you're trying to get a whole bunch of cars into the game as quick as possible, basically just announce, look, these cars aren't going to be as high detailed. But what we're going to do is we are going to scan them all in like this high detail, like in as high detail as we can. And then we're going to like either just say we're going to silently update them, like, you know, when the 9 months is done, so you've got more access to cars. Or if they are going to work on Gran Turismo 8, just say, right, well, we're not going to scan the cars in for Gran Turismo 7. Like, they're not going to be as high detail. But we are going to make them in as high detail as possible for Gran Turismo 8. That just makes the most sense to me. Like, why aren't they doing that? Like, they keep saying they need to add more cars. Like, I'm not, like, Polyphony keep admitting that they need to add more cars to the game, but it just takes so long that they don't do it. So, if I can come up with, like, a solution, why can't they? Makes no sense to me. Right, let's move on to the next event then, which is the Porsche Cup. We're going to take our 911 GT3. What the hell is our average car that we're going to... does it have to be a 650 or less? I need to tune this thing up a bit. Or not tune it. I need to actually slow it down. Can I actually just put it back on sports time? Will that actually help? Racing softs? Oh, it doesn't know how to deal with that. Okay, we're going to put it on sports tires. That fixes the problem. I can't believe changing the tires helps that much. In fact, so that racing soft tires, what happens if we get racing hard tires? Like, what does that actually do to the PP? Because they're less... Like, I just kind of want to know. It doesn't know what to do. Oh, we're just over. Damn it. Can I, like, change this slightly so we can have, like... Did I put, like, a thing in it where I can... Let's just restrict the power slightly. There we go. Perfect. We're right at the limit of the PP. Oh, this is one where we have to switch tires, I think. Oh, it's going to rain. What's the weather? No? it gonna rain? I'm gonna keep an eye on the weather. I don't think we're gonna be using fuel. Because it would have given me the fuel option to see. I don't think we've got tyre wear. It must be weather if it's telling me I can be switching to wet tyres. Only thing that makes sense to me. That was a little bit confusing. Bye. It's a little bit of a shame you can't actually drive the roof in this. Like, specifically the new one that they added. Like, I would actually love to drive that in this thing. I know it's technically not a Porsche, but it is a Porsche body. I don't know what happened with the steering there. I don't really know how to describe that. It was like it just, the car absolutely was able to turn a lot sharper than it was before. Now I know that happens once you slow down, but like it was just the immediacy of it kind of surprising. I think it's because it's obviously being rear-engined rear-wheel drive. Although, I can't remember if I put a four-wheel drive system in this thing. Right, we're in third. I will need to tune the BAC mono, which is technically the next event. Out the way. Oh, God. One thing I'm going to be adding at the end of this, by the way, is I did do some extra menu books. I basically, like last week, I just recorded the footage. I didn't talk over it or anything. So I'll just be adding that towards, like, the end of this. I do love how we're basically just driving one-handed. Now we've got both hands on the wheel. Car still won't turn. Because obviously we'll have like an actual gear shifter. Yeah, see, look, oh no, maybe I do actually have my second. I can't actually tell because of the HDR. I don't think so, actually. I think I am only driving one-handed. I'm having to look over at the other monitor. No, we definitely don't have our second hand on the wheel, do we? There we go, now we do. So weird. Like, do racing drivers actually do that? I would have thought that they would have their hands on the wheel at all times. Both hands. But I guess not. Oh god, that was not good. I overpowered that a bit. A bit, and that was more than a bit. I'm kind of actually hoping that the World Touring Car 800 event is actually going to give me a bunch of money that I can use to tune up the PSC mono. This is such a long track as well. I wonder if they're kind of expecting you to be doing this in a stock car, because that would be the only way. Like, I would think that they would, the reason they would give this 5 laps. But no, I bought the Porsche because, well, it was in the menu books, wasn't it? I bought it as like a used car because I needed something, and I thought that's a perfect vehicle for this. And I just kind of tuned it up for various events. I actually need to check the Legend car dealership as well, because kind of what I'm actually planning to, well, I'm planning. I'm gonna try and do it when I'm grinding for credits. What I've been doing is I've been going through like my car list, right? And basically, there's a website called Kudos Prime, and it basically lets you do a checklist of all the cars that are in the game. It lets you do it in various other games as well, like the new Forza Motorsport game. But obviously I'm using the Gran Turismo 7 one, obviously, and basically, yeah, I've been ticking off all the cars that I own because apparently I own 213 or something cars, and so like I kind of want to get all the cars in the game. But I'm going to do it alphabetically. Now, the problem is with that is, like, because of the legend, like, if it was, like, Brand Central and stuff, like, if you could just buy all the cars alphabetically, I'd be doing that. But the issue is, obviously, you have the used cars and you have the legend cars. So I have to wait for if I'm going to start this, right, what I've been doing is I've been buying any car that's been shown up used in the used car dealership, because there's only like 100 of them in total that I don't have. Not that I don't have. Like, any car that I don't have, right, out of the 100, and I'm on like 80 or something of them now, right, I've been buying. And any cheap legend car as well. And by cheap, I mean like under 1 million credits. Now, the Abarth is actually 1 million credits. The one that I'm going to start with. So, but it's not in the legend car dealership, at least not yet. I haven't checked today. Apparently they do change every single day. I'm not actually sure about that. I'm pretty sure, like, I don't know. I'm sure I've heard from some people it's every single day, and some from like it's every week or whatever it changes. I will have to have like a look. I do think it's every single day, but maybe they've changed it. Maybe that's why there's conflicting information. But the used car dealership changes every day. I know that much. But there's been several days where I've literally just gone and I already have all the cars that are in it. The other issue is that you have invitational cars that you can only get like in a roulette wheel that you have to do. And I've showed you that before, where I had like a bunch of Ferraris that I needed to get by invitation only. I got the Citroen GT like that. I got a Lamborghini like that. The only one I've not had, ironically, is a Porsche, the Carrera GT. Now, apparently, you can also just win that in a 6-star roulette wheel, which I'm just kind of hoping that I can get access to. Right, let us, before we do this, I'm going to World Touring Car 800. That looks like it's going to get wet. World Touring Car 800. Well, we can do this. Right, but what I said I was going to do, didn't I? Is I was going to just quickly check Legend Card data strip. Because I might actually also do like my wheel spins and stuff now. Is there anything in the used car dealership actually first that I need to get? That I haven't bought before. See how I've, well, there's this Super Impreza. And that's it. Right, and that'll stay there for about a week before it cycles out. But I will actually end up, I'll probably end up just doing a quick grind of the credits later today, and I'll buy that. Because obviously I need to tune things. I want to get this McLaren, but it's 20 million credits, so I can't. I need to get this. It's 1.1 million credits. Oh, the Merak. I need to get the Merak as well. I mean, the Merak is only 64,000 credits, so I'm literally just going to do it now. Of course, I'm going to paint it red like that one in Top Gear. I don't want to drive it. Right. Well, now I know there's a couple of cars I need to get from... Actually, I need to go... So, how much was the one that I was going to... I'm going to get this this Nissan Skyline. 1.1 million. Because this McLaren's 12 million, and I know I'm not going to be able to grind that out just yet. But yeah, it's not going to be... You know. Is it going to be a pain to do that? Yep. But, like... Especially when it only gives you such a small amount of money in the things. Like, thanks, I got 10,000 credits. That's at least 100,000 credits, and that's 200,000 credits. So, I mean, effectively, that just buys the car and the thing, but... Right, let's actually move on to doing this event up here. And then we will tune the BSE mono slightly. Oh, it's raining already. Car settings. Heavy wet tires. Always seems to rain on this track every single... Well, not every single time I've been racing on it, but like a bunch of times. Yeah, you just feel the front end going. Every time you hit the brakes in the rain. I am slowly making my way through the pack. So, at least. Oh, as I hit him. Out the way. Just get out the way. Get out the way, you stupid alpha. God damn, you know? I should also probably change the fuel map to like 6. Because if I'm going to just slowly do this, I may as well eke out, like, I might eke out an extra lap, see if it helps. The tip I saw for this was to use the Mazda 797 or 787B, whatever it's called. You know, the race car. Put it on fuel map 6 and you can just do it without pitting. Look at the Listen to the sound of that engine. Effectively 7 laps. I braked a little too early there. I mean, I'm saying that, but it's not even getting rid of the braking zone. And yet I was able to make it round that corner. I love one of the comments was, hey, there doesn't really seem to be anything in this weekly challenge this week that seems to be, like, designed to annoy people. Really? Fair enough, right? This... If you know what you're doing, yeah, this isn't that annoying. But, like, if you've never done a wet race before, I could see this being annoying. I thought that was my car briefly, but no, I think it was the Mazda that was trying to put the power down and it just couldn't. I also love how we're supposed to be having tyre wear. And I don't think we are. Because we can't really go that fast to actually wear down the tyres because of the rain. Not really a problem. Look, we've still got 7 laps. Means we need to pit on lap 9. But if they all pit on like lap 5 or whatever, it's alright by me. Especially if the rain kind of stops by then, and that's unlikely, but like if the rain actually stops, then that'll be good. Oh, didn't mean to hit him. Going on the inside, buddy. Whoa, I can't believe I've actually caught up to like these guys now. Like, I was expecting that to take a little bit longer. But they cannot effectively drive on the rain. Or in the rain, I should say. Not on the rain. That's not the English language. Turn. Car. There we go. Now we can effectively go flat out. Because we don't have to deal with them slowing us down. Because if you want to get a clean race bonus, that's what you need to do. You need to not hit them. Got fastest lap there. I bet we can get even faster this next one. Okay, the rain seems to be subsiding. Stay on these tyres, but I'm going to say one more lap. If it dries out, yeah, I'll go in for the fuel. On lap 5. So this is where we're going to have like the tyre wear. Like, once it starts drying out, that's when these tyres are going to go. But I remember doing... I can't remember if it was this race. It can't be this race because I finished it. But I remember doing a race on this track. I can't remember if it was in this car or not. Right, but it was... Basically, it started raining on like lap 10. And obviously I wasn't paying attention to the weather, because why would you... Because it had been a bit since I'd actually had a race that had rain in. There's only a certain number of tracks in this game that actually have rain. Or any kind of weather at all, really. The rest of them are all kind of, you know, default. Like, you can change the time of day and stuff, but like... But there's like only a certain number of tracks that have rain. Le Mans is one of them, and then like there's this. Oh, some of them are going in for fuel. They're all going in naturally to change the tires, but I'm gonna go stay out and make up the distance on them. Some of them aren't going in for fuel. Some of them have switched to intermediates. What is the weather looking like? Looking fine at the moment. I might do one more lap on wet tyres. Probably a good idea. You want to be careful, by the way, when it rains, on hitting the curbs. If you notice, as soon as you hit the curbs, the wetness meter on the left there goes up massively, and it jolts around a lot because it doesn't quite know how, like, because all obviously rain will collect in those in real life. That's why that happens. Raining a little bit, but yeah, it's not like it's a ridiculous amount of rain. And this is thing, we've got another 5 laps we can do. But like technically I don't need a pit, but I will. Just fill up a little bit with fuel as well. Not filling it all up, like the tank up all the way. So we have a bit of a quick pit stop. Now look, we're 42 seconds ahead of second. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think the pits are going to take that long. Imagine how much faster we can be on like quicker tires as well. Because what you have to remember, I mean, look at the tire wear now is ridiculous. It's going... Like, I reckon we probably only have about an extra lap of this before these tires are gone. So, yeah, we're going to go into this view so I can see where the actual pit lane entrance is. Move over here. I don't want to get a bloody pit lane warning penalty bullshit. Okay, here we go. Are we in? This... there we go. I'm surprised that didn't take over as quickly as I thought it was going to. Switch the tires. Go. You only need about this much fuel. Let's go. Like that timer thing is, yeah, we lost 10 seconds. Well, we lost even more. It's dropping massively. We lost about 20 seconds actually. Might have even been 30 if it was closer to 50 seconds, and I think it was on 43, wasn't it? So actually, no. Yeah, it is. It's about 23 seconds we lost in that pit stop. That's why I stayed out. I've switched to this view because it seems a little bit better view of the road. I'm gonna... Okay. I need to remember to brake a little bit earlier there for that corner. Now I'm on these tyres. I've always messed that corner up a lot. Just hope that it doesn't rain again. I doubt it will. But then again, I'm pretty sure I did actually have, like... I don't have, like, a tune for this car for Le Mans anymore. Right? But, like, I'm pretty sure I had, like, a Le Mans tune for this car. And once I, like... Well, I know I had a Le Mans tune, but, like, what I mean is, like, I'm pretty sure I did Le Mans once, and it rained on the second lap. And then it stopped raining. So, like, the end of the first lap, all the AI go in for switch tyres. Right? And I go in at the same time because it's like, well, I'm not even in first place yet. Right? So I go in, switch tyres. Oh, it looks like the AI are actually going in for a pit to... Actually, no, that's just him because he didn't go in for a pit before, did he? So he's actually probably just feeling up. Unless I actually go into proper racing tyres. Maybe I should have done that. Doesn't really matter. These tyres will make 2 more laps. Maybe the front ones won't, but... Well, they ain't switching tyres. That's interesting. They still think it's wet enough? In places, I guess. Yeah, it makes sense, because you go around some of the corners and it immediately goes wet, so... Like, if I race over here, look how wet this section of the track is, because no one's been driving on it. I actually don't think there is a penalty on this race. Oh, don't. Oh my god, how are you last? Did you spin out? This guy's nearly always in first place. Or at least, like, up in the middle of the pack. But he's driving, like, because he was when we overtook, if you remember. Did he have, like, a massive accident? Honestly, I'm going to have to look at his race. In the replay. And I think I actually am going to go in for another pit on the tyres. Like, this guy is also usually quite, like, quite close to the front. But I have no idea what the hell's happening there with him. Yellow flag, overtaking prohibited. Someone span out him. That's typically what that means. Someone's had an accident. Yeah, it was this guy. This guy must have had an accident the way he was coming off there. Yeah, I'm switching tyres. The back left are not gonna like, all the front left really, they're not gonna survive the next lap. And I'm a minute ahead anyway. I love how I'm accelerating towards the pit lane entrance because there's no actual thing here. It doesn't take over. I don't even need to refuel. So I'm just gonna leave it. What the? Why is the phone ringing? Also, I love how the bloke ran out with like the fuel tank when I said I didn't even need it. Like, that's the absolutely hilarious thing there. Why did you even bother? Oh, yeah, okay, I understand why some of them span out there. You hit the grass, it's just completely wet. Obviously, but it explains. Could you imagine racing this in like the? So I'm pretty sure I had the option to drive the Red Bull. Could you imagine actually trying to race the Red Bull in this thing? If you could detune it, it'd be ridiculous. Like, it already span out when I was on a completely dry track. Doing it on this would be ridiculous. Okay, we're going to go across the line now. There we go. That's that finished. Okay, now we're going to take the BAC mono. Actually, what I need to do here, wasn't it? I was looking at... Okay, so I was looking through this. And yeah, he span out. He must be in like third at this point. I don't know exactly what position it's in because it doesn't tell you. Although, actually, if I do that... No, yeah, he's in third, right. And then he tries to turn the corner and he spins out massively. Loses the back end. There's a massive accident. He gets pushed off the track. Okay. He tries to rejoin. No, no problem there. Oh, there we go. He's lost it. Loads of them lost it. Okay, we found out where that happened then. Right, so we're going to see how this goes, because basically all I've done is I've added tyres to the damn thing. We're doing it on brand sites again, because we drove the Alpine on this track, didn't we? And do it in first person, because being a one-seater thing, but the AI can't drive them either. About the closest Gran Turismo is going to get to, I was going to say, to Formula 1. It's not, because there is actually Formula 1 cars in this game. Old ones, granted, but yeah, there is Formula 1 cars in this game. And of course, you've got Super Formula as well, so that's actually not true at all. But like, this is meant to be like a Formula 1 car for the road. So that's what I mean by that. What a difference tyres makes. Who would have guessed? I think I put something else on it, and I can't remember what it is though. But it was something that gave it a little bit more power. But it was the biggest jump was in the PP was the tires. Oh no, sorry. The other thing that I added was brakes. So yeah, the only things I've added are the tires and the brakes. Like engine-wise, it's exactly the same. But yeah, I didn't really give it that much power. Oh god, you idiot! You looked in your mirror. You saw me coming way towards you, and you decided to pull out in front of me. Oh god, losing the back end. Does not like that. I was going to say chicane. It's not chicane. Does not like that very sharp corner, I should say. Kind of like a U-turn. Oh. I think I just kissed the back of his car there. Come on, gonna overtake you. Oh, turn, brake. That is an interesting view in the, well, it's not an interesting view, but like, you know, in the mirrors, that is a good view. It feels like I'm actually having a good race there, but I'll probably end up completely pulling away from them once we get to the straightaway. That's the problem with Gran Turismo. That's another one. Like, the AI is not great, but the funny thing is, as we literally just saw in that previous thing, but like, half the problem, because there was an investigation kind of into it, like, what was his name? Ruffle Waffle, or whatever his name is. He was looking into it, because he did a bunch of videos on like how broken the AI is in this game. And yeah, like the AI is decent if Polyphony took the shackles off, but the problem is that because they do also kind of want a casual audience, they because he was like the Sunday Cup Classic or the Clubman Cup Plus races, I should say. They have the AI basically with the shackles off, right? I mean, he was saying, oh, like, you know, I've won every single race in this game. On professional difficulty, I'm, you know, the AI is really not that difficult, so blah, blah, blah. And he was like, apart from the Clubman Cup races, they're just, the AI with the shackles off is just ridiculously good, but the problem is that, I guess this is why Polyphony don't do it, is that the casual audience, or even someone like me, you know, you do that with the AI and it's going to be impossible to win. Because the thing is, you don't have to do the Clubman Cup Plus races at all. They're not mandatory. I think, actually, to be fair, I think one of them like the first one was mandatory, but like, I know I did a video on it. I can't remember if it was an extra menu or not. Not an extra menu, like a normal menu book. Take a drink. And then, of course, what do? Fill it. Yeah, oh, for God's sake. Trying to make sure my controller isn't wet, because, like, my hand was... It was basically just my thumb, you know, so obviously on the analog stick was a little bit wet there. The water, the way I spilt it. And obviously don't want that to, like, mess up the analog stick. So I was trying to clean it. And now I'm going. What happens when it's sunny? Yep, sun literally shines in the room and just I immediately start yawning. I don't know what it is about me, but as soon as it gets really sunny, I end up yawning. I've got one more lap. Go. And then that's it, actually. We've basically done all the weekly challenges, so we'll do the 6-star route. Well, I'll end up getting the car from the used car dealership. Do the 6-star weekly challenge. 6-star weekly. You know what I mean? 6-star roulette ticket. Can't think, apparently. What also doesn't help is I'm actually rather hungry. Oh my god, losing the back end because I went on the curb. That's gonna ruin my sector time there. But yeah, I'm also kind of hungry. That is the slight issue with when like the time that I record these, like because they like take like an hour to do. I start and I'm not hungry, and then like it's getting to lunchtime and I'm getting hungry, and I'm like, please just hurry up so I can actually bloody eat. Was there any need for this to be 5 laps? Probably if you're playing on a high difficulty, yeah, but if you're playing on easy like I am, you just wanting to do this, like, yeah, there's no need for this to be 5 laps. There's no need for the Porsche one to be 5 laps. Let's be honest. Like, done, right? Like, don't get me wrong, I like this game, but like, it's just like, unfortunately, like the day that these come out on, being Friday, just timing-wise, like, is not great. Wait, does this thing have a registration number? Why have they put a okay. I need to have a look at this. My garage first. But you know, used cars. Oh, I'm yawning. Right, used cars, like I said, get this Impreza, because I need to get it. To get all the used cars. Right, got that. Go to the garage. And I actually, like, let it rotate round. No, just... I want to see the back of the car, please. That's not what I... There! Yeah, it's got a registration plate. Okay, that's very weird. Receive this gift. Go on, then. Come on, 6-star roulette ticket. Give me something good. That's going to give me the 1,000,000 credits. That's actually perfect. Because you know what that means I can do, right? It literally means I can just go to the Legend car dealership and get that car. This one. Take this off me list. There we go. Don't want to drive it. But yeah, everything else is like cheap. I already have. That's fine. Right. Well, I've been RobtheMod. Thank you very much for watching part 57 of Gran Turismo 7 on the PlayStation 5. I hope to see you next week, obviously, for the next one. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, that we're going to have the extra menu books thing added to the end here. So it's not technically the end of the video, but it's the end of my recording session. So yeah, ta-ra!